how's it going, y'all? We're gonna do a bit more trickery today. See if this is still playable in Strixhaven Standard. The core, of course, hasn't changed. We've got 7 0-mana spells in Stonecoil Serpent and Tormod's Crypt, and we plan to, on turn 2, cast one of them and counter it using Tibalt's Trickery, and then get to cast another random spell from our deck for free, all of which are very high impact. Classic ones, we've had Ugin and Valky and the Ultimatums and Coma for a while. Also Nyxbloom Ancient and Chromatic Orrery to help us cast the rest of the big spells left in our hand more easily. Some cards I'm trying out here are the Witherbloom Dragon, who for 10 life you can untap all your lands only once each turn, and makes a 1/1 pest at each upkeep. So the plan, if we get this into play on turn 2, is then on turn 3 or 4, we can double our mana to cast another big spell from our hand without, honestly doing it. And it's the only real new Strixhaven card. I'm also running only 19 lands now, just to increase your chance of hitting a big spell rather than another one of the combo pieces, because when you hit a combo piece, of course, it doesn't really win the game. And yeah, just one copy of the Prismatic Bridge as well is another good one, especially as a monocolored card to get with Immersion Ultimatum. Usually get Tibalt, Essica, and Kiora in that case, and that's pretty difficult for anyone to come back from. And Goldspan Dragon isn't that high impact, but getting it into play on turn 2, you usually get at least 2 treasures out of it, which I find is often enough ramp to then start casting these before your opponent wins. So I think Goldspan Dragon is a valid inclusion here, especially if you already have them crafted, because it's just a good card in general. Mana base, we don't have any lands that don't produce red except for the World Tree, because we need to cast Tibalt's Trickery on 2. We've got a fair amount of temples, so we can scry our way to combo pieces, and some triomes, because cycling those comes up sometimes, and of course they're good for casting most of our spells later. We have some black sources as well, so we can cast Valky if need be. I guess that's the other spell that we'll actually cast with our lands here, other than Tibalt's Trickery. Yeah, that's the deck. Let's go give her a shot. There is, of course, still a lot of Tibalt's Trickery in the play queue. I haven't seen nearly as much of it in ranked lately. On the play, got the combo in hand, love to see that. Doesn't often happen. Usually takes at least one mulligan to get there. Our opponent, after some deliberation, has decided to keep their hand. Set the stop here so it works. Our opponent's on cycling. How delightful. So, Stonecoil Serpent, pay 0, confirm 0, Tibalt's Trickery, target Stonecoil Serpent, yes, resolve. Find something good. That's pretty good. Question is, do I get rid of their fox? I think so. Because otherwise, it's a 3/3 next turn, and they get other things, and the fox gets out of hand really fast. And I don't think they have Stomp in cycling to be able to punish us for putting our Tibalt on 2 here. Are you there, opponent? I know, Tibalt's a cool card. was quite a lot of thinking for the turn 2 concede, but I'll take it. Still only a 2-minute match, not too bad. That's not quite what we're looking for. 1 land and 3 trickeries doesn't really get it done. No trickery here. I think this is keepable with the scry land. And if we get another green source, we can cast Essica. We might just be able to cast these two. Our opponent, having taken several mulligans as well, is almost certainly also on Trickery. So if we don't combo and we can just straight up cast these 2 cards, we should still be in a good spot since they mull to 4. And there's the second half of our combo. Very nice. I'll take another land. Do they have the Trickery as well? Yes, they do. Let's see what they can get here. Valky, huh? Well, that means they get to steal our land, which means we probably don't get to combo this turn. Yeah, that's gonna be it. We can't survive 2 turns against Valky. They get too much advantage here. And then the turn after we would be able to combo, then they could they'd do the Valky ult and get their Ugin and all sorts of stuff out of the graveyard. And just nothing we can do there. Well, nothing we could realistically do. It is possible to still win that game from there, but in the spirit of speedrunning with Tibalt's Trickery, I don't think it's a game we continue. In tournament play, don't concede there, but if you're just trying to get wins fast and combo off, I think that's fine. Neither part of the combo here. We have a scry and a cycle here. I think this is keepable. Just need to find a trickery. That's not a trickery. This is a pretty soft keep. Just counting on Yadaro to find us something here. Or if we get a black source, we can start playing Valky, which isn't too bad. Get Yadaro back. Not quite what I wanted. There's a trickery. Okay. So next turn we're good to go. See if comboing on turn 4 is enough to stop this mono red gamer. They didn't have the best start. It looks like they're not going to have the best start here either. Or the best turn here, rather. So, crypt, counter, yes, resolve. Interesting emote there. Genesis Ultimatum. See what we get here. Resolve. Chromatic Orrery and 2 lands. That can cast our Coma. Or it can cast this Emergent Ultimatum, actually. I don't think the scry really matters here because we're going to Emergent Ultimatum. And we'll take a... There we go. Nice. Still got there. Chromatic Orrery is very nice. The only real way you get punished for hitting Chromatic Orrery is with binding the Old Gods the turn after you play it, which on turn 3 isn't terribly likely. If it's their turn 4 and you're up against that specific deck, it's pretty likely. But we don't see that much Sultai in the play queue, so I think having the one there is very much worth it. No. No way to get closer to a 0-drop here. There we go. Drop off both top end cards. See if we can find an untapped land. Very nice. We keep both 0-drops in case we draw another Trickery, which is more likely than really wanting to play the Valky. Remember to set our stop. And don't whiff. That's not a whiff. Turn 2 Kiora. Very nice. See if our mono red opponent wants to keep playing here. Does not appear so. Let's see, I think I'm going to cycle the Triome here. Yep, that's a good thing for me to take with Kioribus the Sea God. Like you. And then just play this 4/4 Stone Coil, I believe. There shouldn't be much our opponent can do about it. So if they chump both here, they go to 1. And they get 2 tokens from their Annex. If they Frostbite my Annex, I get a token and they still have to chump both. That still leaves you dead. You have to... Okay, they Frostbite the Stone Coil Serpent, so I get 2 tokens from Annex. They keep their Fervent Champion. That's fine. Okay. 3 tokens and an 8/8. Okay, they still only have 1 blocker. Okay, now they have 0 blockers, and they die. Very nice. No. Yep. Put back Ugin. Opponent's also on Trickery. Tell by the stick there. And they have it here. Yep. See what they get. Nice, they whiff. Hopefully we will not do the same. This on black in case we draw Valky. Alright, do not whiff. And Nyxbloom Ancient doesn't beat them on their own, but I guess they're assuming we have good things in our hands to use all this mana for, such as Hidaro and Ugin. So yes, they probably weren't going to win there unless they were able to combo again next turn. good here because we have the Turn Timber Symbiosis. Up against rogues in the play queue. What a killjoy. Are they going to hold up Drown in the Lock for our Trickery? Very likely. I'll make them have it. Yep. Have the combo, should be good. Be very disappointed if our opponent's also playing Trickery with the doggo sleeves. That just seems rude. But they don't even have any doggos. Alright. Okay. They just ramp 2. That's fine. Probably means they can combo again next turn though. But we're still in it, so make them have it. Alright, that's a good one. Nice. They do not trust their combo next turn to beat Emergent Ultimatum, because that card is the most powerful spell in Standard. Because it just gets you 2 of the top 10 most powerful spells in Standard, which is better than any one individually. Not including multicolored, of course, but that's not a huge restriction. Well, it is a huge restriction, but it doesn't stop Emergent Ultimatum from being that good. There's still plenty of powerful monocolored spells. Rakdos sleeves. They'd better not be playing Trickery. Have to have a cool sleeve like Ugin if you want to play Trickery. The sleeve has to match the deck, you know. 1 land and no 0 drop. This is a mulligan. Come on, opponent. Don't think so. Nope. That'll do. Turn all 3 that aren't land or combo pieces. Beautiful. We should still be able to do it on turn 2. Shimmerdrift Veil. Interesting. Playing a snow deck. Ouch. Turn 2 Duress will almost always beat this deck. At least if you're on the draw. Duress before your turn 2 will defeat you every single time. Unless you have exactly a Stone Coil Serpent and 2 Tibalt's Trickeries in hand, which is incredibly unlikely. Yep. Opponent is also on Trickery. Play Q does love giving you the mirror match. As long as we don't whiff, we should be favored since we're going first. Okay, that's a good one. One of the better hits in the deck, to be sure, though not quite as good as an ultimatum. Alright. And we get to combo off again there since we drew the Stone Coil Serpent. Yep. No pieces. If we had one piece, this would be keepable since we have the Scryland and Yadaro, but no, much better. Put back Yora, it's harder to cast. Mono red, sure. The vast majority of the play queue is either Tibalt's Trickery or mono red. Just looking for a land here since we have the ability to combo twice. We should be pretty good. Play this on blue, we have a lot of uses for blue mana. Also having 2 Stone Coils in hand, no, that's not how that works. Does not increase our chances of hitting anything because it wouldn't hit a Stone Coil anyway. Alright, decline, we'll keep that in our deck. Since we have the ability to do it again next turn, we don't concede here. Put our stop back. It's possible I should have cast the Trickery to reduce our chances of hitting it again. 0, confirm. Trickery, yes, resolve. Ugin, nice. It's been a while since I've hit an Ugin. Perhaps bolting the Annex there would be better, since now they can just activate Faceless Haven to kill Ugin. But that's their whole turn. And they could still... No, then Ugin would be at 9. Yeah, that was a misplay. We probably lose now. That's not a land. No, that's enough. Yep. Mono red, sure. Or stop. Let's see. Our chances of hitting another Tormod script are lower than the chances of hitting a Stone Coil, so we go with the Stone Coil here. Even though casting that, of course, is much more effective. Okay, that should win. Yep, they get in for 3. We whiff. Unfortunate. Let's see if we can hit a land here. There's no need to do it on our opponent's turn. And of course, get Yadaro into our deck so we can possibly hit it next turn with the Prismatic Bridge. There's only 2 Stone Coils left, so hitting another is pretty unlikely. There's Yadaro. He's a pretty good blocker here. Don't want that. At least we don't want it in our hand. If we get it off the Prismatic Bridge, that's fine. Let's see, if we don't block Annex, are we dead? Oh, they're going to place the Embercleave before blocks are declared. Let's see, then we take 8 plus 5, which is lethal anyway, so yes, we are dead. RIP. Hitting the stone coil there is the reason not to run many Essica's bridge or prismatic bridges in Trickery, because you need to run stone coils, and yeah, if you hit stone coil, you're in a bad spot. No Trickery, but we've got lands in Yadaro to get there. And Stone Coil can stall us for a little bit if necessary. Opponent's also on Trickery. Oh, we've seen this Russian gamer before. Do they have it? Yeah, they have it. Yep, we need them to whiff. Well, Dream Trawler is not that good. Stone Coil Serpent can block it forever. They just get to draw 2 cards a turn. All the Stone Coils. If we have a Stone Coil on board, we can't lose to Dream Trawler. Protection from multicolored is quite good. Well, nothing else to do, so we'll put another one out so we can kill their Dream Trawler next turn. If they attack with it. I assume they've got combo pieces again though, since they scried to the top. Maybe they're just looking for lands. Okay, no combo pieces. Do I play the 3rd Stone Coil so we can start getting aggressive? I don't think the game will come to that, but there's no reason not to since we have Tormod's Crypt. We want to keep 2 back so we threaten to kill the Dream Trawler. Because we don't want them drawing 2 cards a turn. Alright, they have the combo again. Maybe this time they'll whiff. Nice. Alright, and they give up. Our army of Stone Coil Serpents got it done. Very nice. Alright, I think we'll call it good there. We'll go over our list once again. Yeah, I don't think I'd change much about the list. We never really got to use Witherbloom. It might be that he's just not powerful enough for this shell. In that case, you would run more Komas or Ugins probably, or Orreries would be pretty good as well. Orrery is, I think, a bit better than Exclamation in this deck because there's more ways. More decks are prepared to remove an Exclamation on turn 3 with Heartless Act or Baleful Mastery or something along those lines. It's also possible that you should have a different number of Crypts and Serpents. For example, if we had 4 Crypts and 3 Serpents, we might not have lost with the Prismatic Bridge getting a Stone Coil Serpent there. But otherwise, yeah, the shell's pretty much unchanged from last season. I did like having the Turn Timber Symbiosis, and being a land that is also a decent hit is very nice. Yeah, same thing with Yadaro. It being able to cycle to find you combo pieces while also being a decent hit makes it pretty good for the deck, even though it's not the most powerful 7-drop in Standard. Yeah, that's about it. That's my take. It's fun. If you want to get through a lot of games very quickly, this is the way to do it. You almost always win or concede by the 2-minute mark. Yeah, that's Trickery. Thanks for watching.